Let's go right into the singles.
Yes. So we have Les Sins. If you don't know who Les Sins are, you need to listen to some more techno. That is the alter ego of one Tori Moi.
One of the we called him the Mount Rushmore of ankle socks of the founders of Chillwave.
Mount Rushmore of ankle socks.
Yeah, one of the founders of Chillwave, along with
Neon Indian and Washed Out.
Yeah.
We've reviewed him plenty of times on this, one of our favorite artists.
Yes.
Anyways, he's also super into techno and house music and has a side project called The Sins that he's been doing since 2010 maybe or something like that for a while. But he hasn't done anything with The Sins for like 6 years. I think Michael's the last thing, which is an album and the legendary Why Not with from the music video on Bart.
On the Bart dance. But we ended up getting Come On, Let's Go, which is an EP drop thing from Les Sins, teaming up with Asimo. It is 5 songs, about 19 minutes long in its entirety, and this is a long podcast already. We're going to be reviewing bands that we have a lot to talk about. So we can't talk about all of this, but we did pick out Come On, Let's Go, the title track, which is the first song from it. And yeah, like Sean alluded to, it is experimental, it's housey, it's the kind of stuff that
straight 90s techno. I freaking love it.
Like Tori Moi did some experimental thing, like he released some like beats that were unnamed, they're like V3 a little bit last year. This is even more experimental than that. Like I would consider those like unfinished Tori Moi beats, where this is truly just like Les Sins experimental doing techno, a different thing. If you're a real Les Sins like real one, you'll kind of see like the company logo and styling on here for like his alter ego thing.
For sure.
He was doing some shows up in the Bay Area of California, Northern California in the United States of America. They were called Snap to Grid, and there are a couple shows in Berkeley that were very like dancey and techno like this. So I feel like this is kind of what we're getting in lieu of some actual shows and actual venue appearances.
Yeah. But it goes hard.
I love it.
I really like it. It was super surprised last second. It was the funny thing was Dan sent it to me Friday, and I was like literally on like Tuesday randomly I just started listening to Les Sins, and I haven't listened to him in like listened to that in maybe a year or something.
Yeah, that project.
Because
we listened to Tori
a lot. Yeah, I listened to him a lot. I was like, I'll listen to Les Sins, put that on, and I was like, I wonder if he's gonna make a new thing. Oh well. And then Dan sends it to me. I'm like, holy shit, what? Awesome, one of those times.
Yeah, it's one of those times. It helps when that happens sometimes on this here fine show, doing this here fine show.
Yes.
And then there's a Tiny Desk is one of our favorite
NPR
live experiences. It's an NPR thing, like Sean said, and it's basically where artists go to a tiny little mini pared down studio inside the NPR offices to perform like really big versions of their top songs. And so you have to pare it down. There's art
you have to strip it down a lot, or you make do with what you have.
Yeah, I mean, like there's art in how each artist like forms themselves within it. And there have been like rappers and musicians. So of course it's hard to do that with coronavirus in these times. Blah blah blah. People are all at home, so people are doing Tiny Desk at home concerts, which is a little cheating because everyone's at-home studio setup is a little different.
Yeah, right.
But some of these...
it's like you have like Dead Mouse, where it's just like an entire wall of wires.
Yeah, like Dead Mouse has like probably entire half of his mansion devoted to electronic music production. So like,
he has like
Tiny Desk is like,
servers.
Which desk? But we do have a couple of really cool things I wanted to note from artists who have done really well earlier this year and kind of beyond. So Tame Impala did this thing called Tame Impala Sound System, which are a couple of rearrangements and readjustments to existing Slow Rush songs from his Slow Rush album that came out earlier this year. And they were like Tiny Desk at home concerts. It was pretty cool, and it was able to like air for NPR Tiny Desk. And so, yeah, it was just looking pretty cool and really well done. I enjoyed listening to it, and
it was pretty good.
I really do enjoy and recommend Tiny Desk concerts for people who are just getting into music and like hearing that pared down live music style, apparently. Especially, sorry. And then Billie Eilish also did one with her brother Phineas with their at-home thing. And again, like they produced most of When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? The first Billie Eilish album proper at home. So it's not that much of a reach. Like they clearly have like a lot of records, and it's very designed. They did it properly, but also that's also how Tiny Desk looks. So I'm glad they gave justice to that. And they performed some songs there, including like a home version of what songs did they do? My Future, yes, and a couple of other ones. Everything I Wanted as well. It was really cool because they both did singing parts. They both did lyrical parts, and like I don't want to like we never want to take away from Billie Eilish and the amazing work that she is doing as like a star, a young woman especially. But Phineas, her brother, is
lot.
behind the scenes doing a lot of the work, and in the live shows, he's really kind of like alongside her brother, and that's and
So there's just two siblings that are stupid fucking talented.
Yes, a theme of today's show. But